Hi fellow YouTubers, back again with another video. This time it's another one of the HEROQUEST quests. This is quest 6, which is called the Lost Wizard. The whole point of this quest is for the heroes to travel around the dungeon and try and find the wizard that's gone missing, to try and get him back to safety. As you can see, this is what the map looks like. If you had the actual board game, you'd set it up like this, but as usual I'm using Dwarven Forge dungeon pieces and Games Workshop pre-painted figures and a few other little accessories here and there. So without further ado, I'll show you what my dungeon looks like, all made up. It is a bit different from the actual map. As you can see, in the middle of this map there's a large centrepiece there with just a corridor that goes right round, but in mine I've made it a bit smaller due to the fact that I haven't got as many pieces to make it up, so I've had to change it around a little bit. So here we go, start off with the start room as usual. There you have the wizard, the elf, the barbarian and the dwarf all ready to go. They've just come down the stairs. Nothing of interest in this room, so they move on into this one. And this time they're confronted by 4 skeleton warriors, one of which, this guy here, is a skeleton captain. I'll show you him in more detail at the end of this video. You also have an alchemy bench in the corner and a fireplace which is burning away. They make it through this room, they come to a corridor. Along the corridor there's some sacks there of grain. They've got a choice of either going into this room or going out into the corridor and going north or south. So they decide to go through this room. Now in here is something extra that I've added in this game. There's a wizard, and this guy will join your party and help you for the rest of the dungeon. And this is because you're going to need him, because there's some pretty tough characters coming up that you've got to fight against. So having an extra wizard does help. So he only comes along with you on this quest, and then when you're playing this game as a scenario, quest after quest, you have the choice of changing characters, so you can actually use this character instead of one of the other 4. So this is a way that I incorporate new characters into the game, so you can swap them after this quest if you wish, or if a 5th person wishes to join the game and play as a hero, then he can use his character automatically. But if only 4 people are playing, you have to decide which 4 of the 5 characters you wish to use. Anyway, coming through this room, they come in here into another room. You've got 3 skeleton warriors in this room. You've got a shelf, a treasure chest and a crate of food, which you might need to give you a little bit more health for what's to come. Through into the next room. In here you have a big cabinet with loads of stuff on, and also in this room you have 2 more skeleton warriors and some crates with possible more food in there, just in case you need topping up again. And then what you do is you go through the doorway into this short passageway where there's a wandering skeleton warrior. Take him out and then come into this room. In here is like a small garrison, and in it there are 3 chaos warriors which are guarding a treasure chest, and they're standing around a flickering fire. Also in this room you have a bookcase and another bookcase which could contain some items for use. And if you notice right here, if they don't check for traps or they go charging in to try and get these warriors at the back, they'll fall down a pit trap, so they have to be careful. And also right outside the door, or just inside the door, there's another pit trap. so they have to be really careful with this room. Obviously when I play the game, if people who are playing it have seen these videos, this will change. So there's nothing else they can do here, so we go back up to this corridor, and then they have a choice of going north or south. So they decide to go south. Down this corridor there's some crates in this corner, and then there's a special type of Chaos Warrior. These are this is a stone statue, which, yes, you guessed it, will come to life at some point. But it's a higher ranked Chaos Warrior, so it's a lot harder to kill. I'm not going to say how they come alive, but they do. Further along this corridor here, you've got another skeleton warrior just running around, some more sacks, and then there's another stone Chaos Warrior in the corner. Going on up, we'll ignore the right turn at the moment, keep going up the corridor. In the corner here we have yet another stone Chaos Warrior. Moving on round, we have some barrels, and up in this top corner there's another stone Chaos Warrior. A bit further down this junction there's another skeleton warrior running around, and this is where they would have gone if they'd gone north instead of south, so it's purely just all the way around. So when they've gone through all that and hopefully killed the Chaos Warriors, they decide to go through this east passageway where there's a skeleton warrior there. Down this corridor and through this door we have a large room. We have some barrels in the corner there. We have some beer. We also have skeleton warrior. We have a table and a stool, and in here is also some Chaos Warriors. There's two of them. We have another bookcase, and a bit further down there's another skeleton warrior. Make it through this room. In here we have some sacks of food, and one of the big bad guys. We have the gargoyle, which is the Daemon Prince from the Warhammer 40,000 series, which I showed you on a previous mission. Managed to get through there. They go through this doorway, and in this room we have a weapons rack in the corner. We have two skeleton warriors. One of these is a bit different. This guy has a horn, so if he blows it, something could happen. Maybe more creatures might appear, because it's a rally call. You have to play the game to find out. So there's another skeleton warrior in the corner, and also in this room we have a vampire, and we have a sarcophagus. So they come back out of this room and go into this room, and in here we have a treasure chest. We have 4 ghouls. We have some little pots in the corner, a big table, and in front of the table is a wizard, and this is the missing wizard that you're trying to find, but unfortunately he's turned over to the bad side because he's been messing around with chaos magic, and it's turned him into an evil chaos sorcerer, so you have to destroy him. So there's my dungeon. A quick look through all the figures now. I'm trying to find ones that are different. We'll start off with the wizard. I think this is a Dark Reaper figure. I'm not 100% sure. I bought this one off eBay. I think he makes a great wizard. Superb paint job on this figure. Superb addition to this game. And he's weighted down with a 2p piece on his stand so he won't fall over. I'll show you the of the vampire. I've showed you some before in previous videos, but this is a different one. This is the only vampire in this quest. Like bats all in his cape there. Another great paint job. Yes, I'm lazy, I can't paint them, so I get other people to do it for me. I'll show you one of the special Chaos Warriors. These are the chosen Chaos Warriors that you can buy. No two figures are the same. All these Chaos Warriors have got a slightly different look to them, different weapons, different stances. I'll show you, I think I showed you this one in a previous video. This is the guy who helps you out throughout the game. You can decide to say whether to change him for another figure if you wish, or have a fifth member join your party. Here's the skeleton chieftain. A little bit more powerful than the normal skeletons that are running around, so he's probably got slightly better battle skills because he's got a little bit more armour on. His defence will be a little bit better, but you shouldn't have too much problem dispatching them. Skeletons are just like cannon fodder, really. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a few extra figures that I've got. These are the next step up in the goblins. These are the night goblins. These are, when it focuses in, there you go. These are a little bit more powerful than the normal goblins that you faced earlier on in the other quests. These guys I use in later adventures, not in this adventure book. I've got 5 different adventure books for this game. So at the moment I'm showing you adventure book 1, but in adventure book 2 these guys are more prominent in the dungeons. This is the Night Goblin Champion, so he's a tougher one to face. Here we have the Night Goblin Standard Bearer. That's where a lot of the troops rally round him, so if he's in the dungeon, I can guarantee that there'll be quite a few little goblins standing around him. And these are the normal goblins that I use. These are just the normal warrior night goblins with their spears. Also, in later quests, we have the black orcs, which are the strongest of the orcs. I've got a group of 10 of these, plus a captain, which I believe I showed you in the previous video. So I'll now show you the orcs that he commands. These are more heavily armoured orcs, more battle hardened, a lot more experience, stronger, better fighters, so obviously harder to kill. These come on in towards the end of book 2 and definitely into book 3 now and then, because book 3 is mainly the undead. Book 2 is a lot of these green skins, but you do get a few green skins in the book 3. Hopefully it'll focus in a second. Where I got these painted, there's a company called Miniature Model Painters, based in Poland. And what I did was I bought these figures. I didn't assemble them, I just sent them straight to the guys in Poland and they assembled them and painted them for me. The prices are quite high, but they do a really good job. I believe they do about 5 different standards of painting, ranging from basic, which these are basic, right up to world-class painting. So you can see that these are just the basic painting style. You can imagine what their top world-class paintings like. Details are really superb. on those. So say all these black orcs, all different, got no two figures the same. Different weapons, slightly different poses. This is the champion. He's not the leader, but he's the next one down. I am planning to buy some more orcs. There's a group of orcs called the Savage Orcs, which are just pure orcs with no armour or anything. They've just got a few sort of weapons, but they're really like berserker type orcs. They're nuts, and they're really powerful, really hard to kill. So quite ferocious. Not as powerful as these guys, but that's just another set of orcs that I'm planning on buying later on. And finally the last one in this little squad of 10. As far as Dwarven Forge is concerned, all I've been showing you here is the room and passage sets that I'm using, but I've also got cavern sets, Den of Evil, which you've seen on a couple of missions that I've done. I've also got a Wicked Editions set. I've got what else have I got? I think that's about it, but I've just ordered the new set that's come out, the Catacombs I believe it's called, which has got flickering lights and things like that in it. I've just got that on pre-order, and I've just ordered the trying to think what it's called. It's the chasm set, but it's the hallways that goes into the chasms. Yeah, so I've just ordered that. And what I do is when I finish showing you all the HeroQuest maps and things, I will make up a few of my own, and I'll do videos of those with all the Dwarven Forge pieces that I've got. So you'll see my entire collection all built into one dungeon. And I'll infest it with all the figures that I've got. So that's it for this video. The next one that I do probably won't be today. It'll be a little while before I get this one done. It's the Fire Mage. Huge dungeon. I've got to work out how to put this one together, because it's going to require a little bit of moving about just to get it right. But that is the next one, and as you can see, it's loads of undead figures in this one, with a couple of little orcs thrown in. So again, another completely different type of scenario. So that will be the next one in this series that I do. Probably a couple of weeks' time I'll do that one. I've got a bit more time. If you want to know anything about my collection that I've got here, if you want to ask me other things that I've got that I use in this, feel free to send me some comments and I will try and answer them if I can. I do try and answer every little comment that I get. I will probably miss a few, so if I do miss your comment, I'm sorry about that. It's not intentional. So what I might do in a few videos time is explain the actual rules of the basic HeroQuest game that MB Games and Games Workshop brought out, so you can see how it's played. I think I did mention it in a previous video that when you play this game, you do not set it out like this from the start, because obviously the people will know exactly where to go. What you do is you just set up one room only, so you just set up this room and you have nothing else on the table, and when they open the door and look in, you build the next room with everything in, and so on and so on. I didn't quite explain that properly in a previous video, but that's the way you do it. And obviously from time to time I just change the way the dungeon will look, what things are in it, what traps, what creatures, so that no two quests, if you play this quest twice in a row, it'll be completely different second time round. So that's enough of me prattling on. I'm sure you're getting a bit bored of this now. So until the next video, which will be one for the Hot Toys people again, Hot Toys fans, I will do another one of those. I've just had an email from Big Bad Toy Store that my Samurai Predator is finally in. So hopefully, fingers crossed, 10 days to 2 weeks time I should have him, and I will do a video of him. There's already a few videos on the net, so I'll put my 2 pennies worth in, let you know what I think of him. And I will do some videos later on of other board games that I've got, and I will do some videos of games actually being played. If you like seeing how games are played, then I suggest you check out Watch It Played on YouTube. That's from a guy called Rodney Smith in Canada, and there's loads of videos on there of him playing games with his 2 kids, and they're very informative, superb videos, so check those out. And obviously the Dice Tower as well, for reviews on board games if you're into board games. So, thanks for watching, and I will now disappear. Catch you guys later.